All right, welcome everyone to our last end of financial year meeting and webinar. So this is our data management webinar series, and today's webinar is about um, PDM versus PLM, so product lifecycle management versus product data management. So let us dig in and see what we can learn today. All right, so before we start, just housekeeping. Your mic is muted, your camera is muted. Please use the Q&A section of your Microsoft Teams application to post all your questions, and we will try to get back to you as soon as we can. If it's not during the webinar, it will be after the webinar. All right. We're going to keep like 5 to 10 minutes by the end of the webinar for the Q&A as well. But if you have a question that you want to ask during the webinar, make sure you just type it in. Okay, so what we are going to learn today and what is our objective? Our main objective today is to learn the role of product data management application and product lifecycle application in the modern manufacturing industry. Clarify how each solution addresses non-value added work, and I will stress on this non-value added work because this is what it's all about. If we can remove or eliminate or reduce the non-value added work, we are getting our goals here. Compare scope, capabilities, and typical use case. Identify which solution best fits your business needs. Our walk away here is practical guidance on our next steps. Right, let's go next slide. So if I ask all the attendees today, why you are looking into a data management or product lifecycle management solution, the answer will always be as follows. We need to reduce the non-value added work, and by default, this will increase our productivity and our profitability. We need to improve performance in general with all the applications that are connected. And we need to protect our IP. Sharing files through SharePoint or Google Drive or OneDrive, or even sending them through emails is not protecting your IP. So I will list here the non-value added work, and if you have something else that you see in your organization as non-value added work, please put it in the Q&A session as well, so we learn, because we always learn from our clients and customers. So first thing, searching for data. This is a major problem with our industry here. In my 25 years working with customers, there's not one technical visit that I went to a customer and someone came and knocked on the door and said, all right, can you open this file for me? I want to see it on the screen. It always take between like 50 seconds to 2 minutes to find a file without a data management system. Second thing here, withdraw lost files. If your files are scattered over a network, or some of them on your desktop, other on someone else OneDrive, drawings will be lost, and people will even overwrite other people's drawings, or they will overwrite their own drawings. Uploading and downloading files, of course, this is comes without saying. Manually creating part numbers. I saw many customers, they have just Excel sheet where they get the next number from an Excel sheet, or they go to their ERP system to generate their numbers, which is not very practical. Manually creating deliverables like PDF, step files, IRIS files, STL files, DXF files. Again, we are not here to just run the system again and again and again just to create some deliverables here. This is a machine work. It should be done by a machine. Sharing documents internally and externally. Rework due to working on wrong revision or version. Manipulating bill of material manually, creating engineering BOM, production BOM from engineering BOM, or even creating the engineering BOM manually creating engineering change order and engineering change requests, manually creating project reports and dashboards, and finally printing drawings or documents in general. Anyone can add more to this non-value added work that you see in your organization. Please type it in the chat if you'd like. Okay, so normally when we come to this point, we ask our clients, can you evaluate this non-value added work? How you can evaluate it? How you can get a value, a solid value to justify whether you need a data management system or not. So let us do the math here. So we have 11 non-value added activities, as we saw in the previous slide. If we are gonna say we are spending 30 minutes per week, only 30 minutes per week for each of these activities, and we can say, all right, we have 10 members in our team and a very humble hourly rate here of $50. Prepare for the answer here. This is what your company is spending on the non-value added work. Hopefully it's not a surprise for you guys. All right, so based on this, we are gonna answer the question here, why we need a PDM or a PLM system. So of course, we are gonna improve data reuse, capture lesson learned during the design and manufacture, improve productivity through automation, improve visibility and decision making for all team members, eliminate data duplication and data double handling. We want one source of truth and protect our IP, as we said in the beginning. So far, so good. Any question, guys? Right, let us jump on to next slide, which is actually the main topic of today, which is a comparison on PDM versus PLM. So if we look into our organization here, it is mainly split it into two things, documents and process. For managing documents, you are looking at a PDM solution like SolidWorks PDM standard or professional. For managing process and complexity across several departments, we are looking into a PLM solution, an application similar to SolidWorks Manage. Okay, so this nice icon here on the right, this is what we call SolidWorks Manage. I don't believe many of you may be familiar with it, but if you are, let me know as well. If you used it before in your previous life or in previous company, let us know. All right, so when to use PDM, mainly for engineering team, that is focused on CAD. When you have a CAD disorder in your organization and you don't have a formal approval process. So this is when PDM is required. Just focus on engineering, CAD files plus deliverables, and we want here to eliminate the non-formal approval process. Okay, so let us see how we can do this. Let's just go with the first scenario here. We want to create project or a job folder structure. We want automatic project number or job number. Folder structure, we need supported documents as well, and we need to notify team members when this happens. Okay, Also, after we do this scenario, we are going to jump and task initiation as well. After we do this scenario, we are going to jump to another scenario here where we are going to create documents, maybe SolidWorks document. Again, assign serial number to it, inherit project and job properties, search for existing documents, and approval process, create deliverables, and notify team members as well that the document is ready. So let us jump to PDM to see how this is done. Right, so I logged already here to my PDM Vault. So as you can see here, we are just working in Windows Explorer. It can be applied as well. You can access your Vault as well from a web interface if you're gonna decide to go with PDM Professional, or if you already have PDM Professional. So let us start by creating a new project. So I can go here to my project folder, gonna right click and say, I want to create a new project. I'm running this from a PDM template for new projects. These are my products here. I'm gonna go with control box today. And because I selected a control box, I have the options 120 volt to 120 volts AC. Okay, and I'm gonna select the customer here and say, I'm gonna go with Intercad. Once I do so, this is actually gonna go and create a new project, assign automatic serial number here for the project, and it will add the project description. But also inside this project, we have a project folder structure. This is completely customizable as per your requirement. Also, it's going to create a supported document like a project checklist. So if you're going to be using PDM Professional, you have your PDM add-in within Microsoft Office application. You can see here as well, SolidWorks Manage add-in implemented. You see here that all the variables or custom properties that we defined in our data card have been mapped to this document here. Right? I can simply go and check in this document. Check in. So checking in a document means that I am sharing it with all the team members, and then I'm gonna initiate the process here by approving or submit it for approval. And I will select or notify the team members that gonna work on this project, like Eddie and Gino, for instance, and move away, please. Okay, so they can start the project. All right. So this will send email notification to Gino and Eddie to start the project. Assuming that I'm one of these design guys, so I'm gonna go here to my design data and start creating a new part file. This can be done through SolidWorks as well. As you see here, automatically assigned part number, automatically detected the date, created by inherited the project name and number. It's going to create a project, a part serial number here, which is a combination of the part number plus the project number as well. I can add a category here from my category list, and I can add part type as well. Okay, so straightforward. It's going to create file for me, ready to go with a unique ID. Right, so far so good. Within less than 4 minutes, we created a project, we created our first part, and we can start working on it. Right, what else? Let us go here and imagine the scenario that we are gonna search for a document that needs to be modified. So I'm gonna go here and search for this document here. You can see here how fast the search is because it's not actually searching files, it's just searching database. So I can go here straight away. This is my drawing. It is approved. I can put a rule here that no one can check out an approved file. Can see as well in my preview that someone has added some markups on the drawing for me to work on it. So I'm gonna change this drawing state from approved to edit required. In this process, I'm also gonna notify other people in the in my organization here that I'm working on this document. Okay, so it is under editing now. Can simply open this drawing in SolidWorks. So it's loading the file. It'll take a couple of seconds till it loads. Will ask me, do you want to check the document out? Yes, I want. And also it shows me as well all the documents that are related to this file. So I'm going to say check out this document and its part file. And here as well, I can see the SolidWorks e-drawings notifications. So one of the notification here says change the material. So I'm gonna actually go to my part file and change the material here from 1060 alloy to maybe cast alloy steel. This seems a better solution. Returning back to my drawing, should see here that the material changed. Okay, have my revision table currently sitting at revision C with the last description of the change and the last date and approver. Gonna go here and check in the document. Okay, and I'm gonna change the state of this document to approved, assuming that I have this right. I'm gonna go here and change it to pass approval. And I'm gonna form myself here, Girno and Harry, with modification. So I say here cast alloy steel, change the state, and let us see what's gonna happen here to my revision table. Should update automatically to revision D, created my description note here, added a new row in my revision table. What is also happening in the background, so I return back to my drawing in PDM. Just say here where this drawing is used. Should see here that it's used in revision A and B and C. In the background, SolidWorks is running to create revision D as well of the drawing as a PDF. So give it a couple of seconds, maybe 5 seconds, depend on how large your drawing is. But as soon as the drawing, the PDF get created, it's gonna show straight away as the where used in the where used documents here. And here we go, have revision D automatically created for us. If I go here, open it, you can see straight away that document is created with last revision information as well. So far so good. Again, in another 4 minutes or 5 minutes, we'll manage to apply modification, update the revision table, create a PDF. It can create other file format as well. It's not only PDF that is limited to. Inform the team member that the drawing was out of production for a while, and now it is back into production by approving it. Okay, so this is in short, a very quick demo on PDM or Product Data Management, SolidWorks PDM. This, if we continue with just showing the clicks and tips about PDM, I'm not going to stop in 2 or 3 days. So we need to switch back to our presentation to see what actually the values that we are getting here from PDM. Again, mainly we are focusing on data creation and access, approval process, revision control, deliverables, automation, effective search, improve collaboration. All right, so this will take us to the next topic. What is PLM? So PLM is mainly end-to-end product lifecycle management. Start from requirements to bill of materials to process, projects, tasks. So we are not focusing here on just document or design document. We are focusing on every single aspect of the organization, whether you are engineering to order or design to order or just focusing on products. PLM will be a good solution for you. If you have multiple departments that you want to manage, if you want to manage your process, you want to have advanced bill of material management, and you want to comply with either engineering, industrial standards, mill standards, security standards, and all of this stuff, Manage will be a very good fit for your business. All right, so from here, we are gonna just go through the components of a PLM system. So start from requirement management, project management, task management, bill of material management, even timesheet management, process management, and real-time dashboards and reports, and finally, integration, general integration with ERP system or other application in your organization, including things like Jira, Confluence, things like that. So if we go back here and look into requirements, so we have functional requirement and non-functional requirements. Project management is include resource management, workload, risk management, issue management, tasks here, assigning a task, duration of a task, affected files, urgency, and deliverables. In bill of material management, we have here engineering BOM to manufacturing BOM creation, Q BOM creation, multiple region BOM creation, sales BOM creation, and so on, and even creating reports. Timesheets here linked to tasks. So when you have a task, you can assign the task to the timesheet and vice versa. So it updates automatically your timesheet. It updates as well it can be linked to projects, and the values that you enter for each project, for each timesheet here, it updates the project timeline and update its cost as well. Process, you can create a process for new products, for engineering change request, engineering change order, requirements, so on. Anything, you can actually create a process for it. Real-time reporting and dashboards. So anything in a PLM system can be viewed in a dashboard format, and it can be converted into a report. And this is all without any API like writing or developers requirements. Okay. With ERP integration, we have direct integration. So this is without, again, any API or dev requirements. We also support REST API and Web API for more complex integration. Right, so let us have a look here on a case study that we prepared for you. So we are starting a new product, and this new product, imaginary, we are going to say we are going to create a new smart pen. We have multiple discipline here, engineering collaboration and non-engineering collaboration. We are going to control the product life cycle from concept to release, and we are going to have a full process traceability. So this is the idea of our case studies today. All right, so as we said, we are going to start with requirement and approval. This requirement can be linked to external systems, as we are going to see. Then we are going to push this requirement to projects and tasks. To design, we're going to connect to our CAD system and our PDM system. Going to create bill of materials as deliverables. This bill of materials will connect as well to external system, say ERP, for instance. And then we are going to return here to project release or product release. After that, we are going to start an ECR process. And this ECR will automatically be converted into an ECO that updates the design, updates the bill of material, and updates the product release. So this is the main scenario here that we are going to work around. All right. Okay, so let us see the requirements. So we need to capture some functional and non-functional requirement. We will have a location which will all our requirements are available. This requirement can be approved or disapproved, can be linked as well to tasks and projects. So whenever we have a project, we have a requirement approved, this requirement can actually initiate the creation of a new project. Okay, just want to switch to SolidWorks Manage here just to show you the interface. So similar to PDM, SolidWorks Manage is a very easy to use application. Starts from the home screen here where it's gonna show you our dashboards. Okay, so I have here dashboards for everything in the system, from projects to data to engineering changes. Everything is captured here in our dashboards. All right, let's go to the project dashboard, and this will show us all the projects that we have by stages and so on. We also have here my work, which will take me to the tasks and the projects that I'm working currently on. Then I have my own tasks here that I need to work on. I can also see other users' tasks depends on my permissions, and tasks that are assigned to projects and tasks that are assigned to process. Okay, reports, timesheets, and so on. So this is the interface, straightforward, clear, and easy to work with. Windows-based application does have as well a web-based application where you can control all the process from your web browser without any client installation. Okay, on the lower part of the screen, you have the home screen, you have the documents and records, and this connected to any system in your organization from the PDM professional vault, and it can control several vaults, not only one vault. It can be connected to your OneDrive, to your SharePoint, to other external systems. Then we have our process, and this process can be ECO or ECR process, new product process, requirement process, so on. Then we have here all our projects, and you can see here our projects are organized or classified as engineering to order project, improvement projects, manufacture to order project, and new projects. Okay, can see straight away from this interface here all the projects that we have in our organization, what has been progressed, what has been completed, what projects didn't even start yet, can just in one hit here can get all the projects and say, all right, show me the planning of these projects, or we can say, all right, create a report for it. So let's just go with the planning. So just in one click, you see here all the projects in your organization by time, by date. I can start and adding here. I can expand the projects to see all the activities. I can say here, load chart. Okay. So it's going to show us the resources that are working on the projects as well, and so on. Okay. Gonna close this one, and then we have our reports and our relationship here, which like shows all the organization, all the people in the organization, also external contacts as well, like customers, manufacturers, resellers, suppliers, and so on. Okay, so the main idea here is that you have one place for everything, right? Let us return back to our presentation here and show the scenarios that we prepared for you guys. So starting from requirements, as we see here, we have a smart pen requirement that is actually reference from an Excel file. This Excel file is in my SharePoint or on my OneDrive. I'm gonna start a requirement here in SolidWorks Manage. So it's under my documents and record. Once I start requirement, it's gonna assign a serial number to this requirement, and this is different from the project serial number or the item serial number and so on. You can select here whether this is a functional or non-functional requirement. It's going to create a project or not. What is the status of this requirement? Which project is going to be connected to? Then I'm going to attach this file here to my requirement. So when this file get updated, my requirement get updated as well. Okay. So the idea here is either you eliminate the external sources or you reuse the external sources so you only have one source of truth. All right, so let us get back here. And here we have our requirement attached. Straight away, we can start creating tasks here. And in these tasks, we are going to capture what is this functional requirement is and what is the non-functional requirements is. We are going to also assign users to the requirements. So we capture here components of the tasks, and we are going to assign who should be working on this task. I'm going to select Jeremy here, the engineer, to work on the task. I can set that Jeremy has options or permissions to add files, remove files, and create files within this task as well. We allocated 8 hours for this task, and once Jeremy finished the task, it will notify other team members that the task is completed. Here we have all the tasks that are assigned to this requirement. And once I check in the requirement here, it even gonna link it to the document that we used to share. And we're gonna create another set of requirements here. So this is a non-functional requirement with their tasks as well. And you can see here how we define our tasks. All right, so far so good. One place again for everything. You can attach comments, references, emails, notifications, workflow diagram as well to show what is actually happening. Right. So from here, once I have my requirements, I can start with the approval process here. And we have one approval process, but split it into two lanes, one for the functional requirement and one for the non-functional requirement. Okay. So if we just went with the approval process here, I'm selecting to start a new approval process. Okay, again, it will assign number for it. I can add a description for the approval process. Select who is assigned to approve this document or this requirement. Okay, and I can, once I create the requirement process here, start straight away and show in the list. Okay, everything is connected here. So even the documents that we shared in the previous session, it will show here, and our tasks as well. As soon as the tasks get approved or completed, the process will be completed as well. So as you can see here, you can attach and reference any document from anywhere, even if it is a picture here. Because this is a non-functional requirement, straight away it's gonna go to the non-functional requirement lane. Okay. And again here, I'm just gonna go and create some tasks. So the main reason we create this task is to track the number of hours that we used to work on our project here and convert it. At the end, we convert this to cost or project cost. As you walk through the process, you can see here the small tick on the process. Okay, and every time you move from one process to another or from one stage to another, it will review whether you completed the tasks or not, whether you achieved the deliverables or not. Okay. So this will take us to project planning and creating projects. So in this part here, we are going to create a new project. We are going to assign team members, project manager, going to have real-time tracking of this project, and we will see the dependency as well on this project. Okay, so again, here, just going to my project section, I'm going to create a new project using a process. From my organization here, I will select who is going to be the project manager. Going to add the title of the project, all the necessary information, whether it is new product or not. Select the customer. If it's connected to a parent project or requirements, I can select it here and connect to it as well. Put the estimate number of hours and the new capital cost. Okay. Once I save this project and select which template should I use with this project for planning, it will automatically calculate the overall cost of the project for me. Okay, so see here is automatically gonna calculate the estimate cost of the project, and I can assign as well some external users that I may need them for approvals. Right? I can, as we said, we can attach any type of documents like the visibility study, for instance, like the contract and agreement, all of this. I can see all the tasks that automatically created from the template. And also I'm gonna start creating project issues and risk management as well. So I can create a project issue. And assign the user that is responsible for this issue, target date, close date, and comments. And the same thing, I can do it as well with the project risk. I'm creating a task here for the issue and assign users to this task. Okay. Whenever you assign a user to a task, it automatically gonna go and notify this user, and this task will show straight away in the My Work section. Once the user starts his session, he will get notified straight away that there is a task waiting for him. So again, the main idea here is to link all members of the organization, all types of documents, all applications to one central system that manages all this process. In the project management as well, I can see things like the PERT charts, the network diagram, and also the capacity planning of the project and for every user in my organization. So I know who is loaded, who is not loaded. So this will give me a good visibility on my resources. Okay, talking about visibility of resources, this will take us to dashboards and having a live dashboard. We saw a lot of customers just going to application like Power BI or things like that to manually create dashboards. This is a function that's already embedded in SolidWorks Manage, so it can create live dashboards, requirement completion tracking, risks and issue visibility, exclusive reporting layer as well. So this is all happen without any programming knowledge, without any API knowledge. It's just concept similar to what we call it the Lego concept. So you normally just have blocks that you connect together to form a dashboard or to form a report. Okay, so here again, just having a capture here of some of our dashboards. So for instance, we have here an engineering change dashboards. All this component of the dashboards here are actually works as filter as well. So you can use to filter by engineering change request stage, by visibility, by location, by completion, and so on. Okay. Same thing can happen as well with projects. You can have a dashboard for all your projects by status, by user, by owner, number of tasks. Okay. So having this visibility on a central screen on the wall here actually adds a lot of value to the decision makers as well. Okay, so let's just go here to engineering changes. This is like state of the art application in SolidWorks Manage, because we saw a lot of people creating engineering change the manual way using pen and paper and just cycle it through the organization. It is very tedious work, and actually capturing the affected files is mainly a challenge here, and connecting the dots when this ECR or ECO get approved really slow the system down. So in this process here, we actually have here an ECR process, and within the ECR process, we are gonna show the engineering change request requirement here. All these forms are actually customizable, so you customize it yourself. Okay, and we can add tasks as we saw as well in projects and in requirements and assign users to these tasks. The main thing here is that during the approval of the ECR, it's gonna be automatic. Like if the ECR get approved, it's gonna automatically update it or create an ECO. And even things like changing the status of a document from approved to under editing or things like this will done automatically through the workflow. Okay, so you don't need to worry or write. I need to inform someone that this component or this document is not approved anymore. I need to take it off the production bay. No, this is going to happen automatically. All the users in the chain will get notified. And when the ECR is approved, it's going to be converted automatically to an ECO. All right, we also can control whether this ECR or ECO is something that needs to be completed as urgent, or it can be just a standard ECR process. All right. So again, here, just going through the steps, and straight away it should show us the components that are gonna be affected. So I'm adding it to the ECR. So once it's get approved, the component will change its states in PDM from an approved document to under change document. Okay. Once the work is done, it's also gonna go and update the bill of material that is affected by this ECO. At the end, I can create an ECO report just by running the report against the ECR or against the ECO. So this one here is the ECN report. Again, it will just capture all the information in the ECR and convert it into a report. Okay, so again, having one system that can do all this is a major time saving, and this is what we call removing or eliminating the non-value added work. The last topic for this presentation here, we're gonna have nearly 10 minutes for the Q&A session. So bill of material management, and this is here gonna focus on a single source of a bill of material structure, multiple level production hierarchy, engineering and to manufacture bill of material, linked to requirement and engineering changes, and revision control as well. So the source of the engineering BOM will come always from the CAD model, can be imported here. And then we are gonna start adding the non-CAD or non-model items, and this can come from a library of components or items, or even can come from your ERP system. We are also going to create different versions of our bill of materials, like we have the US bill of material, the Canadian bill of material, and the EU bill of material, because probably something like the electronic components, for instance, may be changed from US to Europe because of the voltage. Packaging as well can change, and depends on the standard that each country is following. And having all this connected so that when you do one change in one of the bill of material, you can decide whether this change should affect the other bill of material or not. Like for instance, here we are changing the packaging in the Canadian bill of material to be something different from the US bill of material without affecting the US bill of material. Okay. Also, I can select here sources for the non-model item. Can use filters. So this is actually this item is coming from my managed library here that may be connected to an ERP system. So I'm replacing this motor with a motor with control circuit for the Canadian bill of material. Okay. I can also, in just one click, I can get a side-by-side comparison of the two bill of materials. Okay. Because we updated the bill of material, we can run it through an engineering change request or engineering change order, depends on the permissions that are allowed for this bill of material. Okay, so here we are going to do the side-to-side comparison between the US bill of material and the Canadian bill of material. And it's just one click to show in very details here the components that we have modified, and can be saved as Excel file. Okay. We also can run a report on the shipping bomb here, and it will create clean report with even barcodes and everything ready for distribution. Again, having all this preset in your system eliminate the time that most of our customers spend on preparing bill of materials. Things like this can be automated, error-free, which will add more value and eliminate any risks. Okay, so what we are gonna get out of a PLM system: requirement management, project management, task management, bill of material management, timesheet, process management, real-time and dashboards and reports, and ERP integration. Right. Yep. Let us go for the closing slide here. So just to close this presentation, we're going to say PDM is mainly engineering focus and solve data problem, while PLM is organization-wide solution that solves life cycle complexity. All right. With you was Amgad Jacob. I have been working with most of you guys here over the last maybe 12 years. So please reach out if you have any requirements. We can always come to your place, try to analyze any gaps and provide you with the right advice. Right, do we have any questions so far? Let me have a look on the questions. Is it possible to track date or time of a particular state, also generate the status of particular for particular date? Yes. because date is always captured in the process, then we can report it as an output from the system. So this is definitely a yes. What else? Let's go here. Do you have to use automatic part generation, or you can put in, yeah, you can put in your own part number. You can even connect it to another system that generates part number. So it's not an obligation to use the automatic generation, right? Okay, so this is all on part number generation. Yep. Regarding dashboards, please clarify if raw data need to be within PLM tool or can be tool access from external integration. If the information is in an ERP system or in another system, then definitely we can show it. Actually, one of the dashboards, I may not show it to you guys, one of the dashboards here, it actually is coming from the PDM vault. So this is not actually in manage. This is the PDM vault here. And it's just reading the data of PDM. It can be coming from an ERP system. It can be come from as soon as, or as long as we can read this data from any source, we can convert it into a dashboard. And as we said here, there is no programming required. It is mainly like blocks that you connect together to form a dashboard. We don't write any codes here. No internal developer required to create dashboards or the direct integration. Even the direct integration is happening straight away from the admin tools here in SolidWorks Manage. We're talking here about just reading data or writing data from an SQL database or from external database. Of course, more complex integration, like if I want to integrate to something like MyOp or Epicure or something like this, there is a level of integration that is out of the box. And also there are integrations that we can develop using an API. This is where we are going to use a developer to do this. Right, let me return back here to see if there has been integration with SAP. It's actually like you can integrate with we support REST API and Web API. SAP uses both APIs, so we can integrate to it, but this needs to be scoped. Can this be used from technical service team to create service bomb? Of course, yes, it can be used. And this is one of the main requirements here or main advantage of using SolidWorks Manage is that you can create several bill of materials with the core of the CAD bill of material but with different descriptions and with different columns and rows depends on the functionality of the bill of material. All right, we still have 1 minute. Any last question here or anyone, is there any questions that I haven't answered? Any last chance, guys? Anyone want to ask a question? All right. Thank you all for attending the webinar. We will follow up with emails and with a webinar recording as well if you want to share it with your team members that didn't manage to attend this webinar. Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a great afternoon or evening, or you continue with your day. Thank you. See you guys. Bye.